Welcome to my nightmare. I hate public speaking. I hate networking. And for the longest time, I hated talking to strangers. But then everything changed. When I left Hong Kong at age 18 and came back 10 years later, the city felt like a stranger to me. I had to rebuild my social network pretty much from scratch. This did not bode well for an introvert like me. In 2019, when our city felt dangerous and divided, we wanted to remind ourselves of the strength, positivity, and resilience of the people who keep the city running, and to share their stories. So I started a storytelling project with my co-founder, Maxime. Our first interview was with Mei Feng, the security guard in Maxime's building. For 5 years, he had walked past her without knowing anything about her, offering sometimes a casual wave or a lei homa. All I knew about her at the time was that she sat behind her little booth for 10 hours a day, every day. Without realizing it, I had made certain assumptions about her. That she's probably quite bored at work, that she's probably quite shy, and that we probably have nothing in common. So we invited her to lunch. And we learned so many things. Mei Feng told us how she diligently patrols all 29 floors of the building every day, how she enjoys using her exercise bike during her lunch break, and that she sometimes feels lonely. Mei Feng's Shanghainese, and growing up, she barely saw her sailor father. At age 12, she won 3rd place at a painting competition. Mei Feng loves to interact with people. And when the residents stop by to chit-chat with her, it makes her day. In one meal, Mei Feng went from stranger to auntie. Since then, we have approached, interviewed, and shared the stories of over 100 strangers. The mission of our project, Hong Kong Shifts, came into focus. We wanted people to see and connect with the unsung heroes who are working around the clock to make our lives comfortable, but who are often overlooked. I grew up in the neighborhood of Happy Valley, where there's a colorful character whom everybody knows. For decades, he's been carrying crates of eggs and belting out 80s canto pop tunes down the streets of Happy Valley. Every day on my way to school, I would always wonder, why is he always so happy? It took me 25 years to muster up the courage to ask him. He was shy at first. You want to interview me? I don't have an amazing story. But then he warmed up, and he did have an amazing story. An egg vendor by day and a building cleaner by night, this man works 15-hour days to support his family. He told us what it was like to grow up as the son of a stable boy near the race course, how to pick the best eggs, and that he doesn't care what people think of him. He just loves to sing. He shared that the simple secret to happiness is to not compare and to be grateful for what we have. That's why I'm the happiest man in Happy Valley, he laughs. And then it hit me. I may have had the opportunities for world travel and a great education and a corporate career, but he had the insight that happiness is a choice, and he lives it. Some encounters are completely by chance, like when we met Fa wandering down a hiking trail of Lama Island. Fa sweeps the trails and collects rubbish of the island every day, rain or shine. For Fa, there's no embarrassment or apology when she talks about how much she likes her work, the island, and its people. Fa grew up in a family of farmers. Life was tough, but simple and happy. She told us how she met her very handsome husband of 3 decades, how she has a great connection with kids, and how important it is to forgive and forget. I came to expect to be surprised by every new person that I met, even if I had no idea what I'd discover. I came to chase those surprises. As more and more of our social lives, shopping, and errands moves to our devices, we interact less and less with people in our community. In exchange for convenience and comfort, we pass by dozens of opportunities every day to meaningfully connect. If only we took one small step to notice and acknowledge the strangers all around us, we'll soon realize that it's these interactions, small but often, which bring us joy and surprise. And that without the small talk, we will never get to the big talk. In 2013, University of Chicago did an experiment to see how people might benefit from talking to strangers on public transit. One group was asked to sit in complete silence and keep to themselves. The other group was asked to speak with a stranger and find out something new about them. The results showed, surprisingly, that the group that was asked to speak with a stranger had a hugely more enjoyable commute than the group that was asked to sit in silence. They left feeling happier and more connected. And this was true for both extroverts and introverts. So, the next time you see a street cleaner on her daily route, stop, wave, say hello. Tonight, when you're walking home into your building, look up from your phone and ask your neighbor how his day went. And this afternoon at the break, when you bump into a stranger, compliment them on their shoes or their glasses, or ask if they've had a favorite talk so far. In those moments where we have a choice between keeping to ourselves and making a connection, choose connection just a little more often. Each one of us is a universe of stories and experiences. And at a time when our worlds may be feeling uncomfortably small, each interaction with a new person helps to make our worlds just a little bit bigger, a little bit kinder, and a little less strange. Thank you.